Today's topic is One More Young Person in my Voice of the Young series. Hello, everyone. Good to be with you once again. Today we have an entrepreneurial type, Sudip Mondal. He has many ideas and many activities. Let's hear from him.
Hello, sir. Very good evening. And it was my pleasure to be here. And I thank you very much for inviting me to do this small discussion with an esteemed personality like you. So, for a small introduction about myself, so my name is Sudip Mondal, and I reside in Mumbai, in India. And basically, I started my entrepreneurial journey 2.5 years back. And currently, uh, basically, I am in the midst of something which we are building right now, which is called a fintech startup. And also on the other hand side, to give a small brief about the other venture, I've started a small community for startups in India, basically to help the rural startup entrepreneurs in India, where there's a lack of infrastructure, lack of infrastructure, and also lack of availability of resources. To be more precise, we may talk about the Eastern India side, maybe West Bengal, the Jharkhand, Odisha. So that is not evolved as a other side, mostly about West India side and maybe the South and North India.
Okay.
So that is where the focus is to help those smaller entrepreneurs to get them into the mainstream of the ecosystem.
Okay.
So that is the main motto. On the other work front, and from a personal point of view, I belong from Kolkata, and I have done my studies in schooling and both colleges in Kolkata. And I did my schooling from St. Lawrence High School, which is based out in Baliganj area in Kolkata.
Okay.
Then I graduated from St. Xavier's in BCom. And basically, I'm the person who has been out of my home since my childhood. And I did my schooling and graduation by staying in boarding school.
I see. Okay.
So,
So where's your home?
so my home is another 100 kilometers from Calcutta, small village called Maliaputa.
Okay.
So I come from a very small village called Maliaputa. So being a village boy, I always dreamed to be a kind of to reach a career high point where, yes, obviously into the journey, the struggle is the ultimate thing that we have to grow through each and every point of our life.
Okay.
And I was ready for that from my childhood itself.
Okay.
So when I stepped out
But
from
wait, you were ready, but what about support from your parents? What was that?
Yeah, so absolutely, because the mindset was always there, and I got the each and every support both from my parents and at the childhood, then from my other relatives, my aunts and my brother. Then post my marriage, I got a tremendous support from my in-laws, my wife, and not to forget my uncle who is no more in this world. So I got tremendous support from him as well.
Mhm.
So from the support point of view, there's never a problem from my family side.
Okay.
So as I said earlier also, like when I stepped out of my house when I was in class 6, then I got the opportunity to study in Calcutta at one of the very renowned school called St. Lawrence High School.
Yes.
And that time I was studying in Bengali medium.
Yes.
But I knew the challenges ahead when I shifted my focus to Calcutta ecosystem, where the standard of education is quite high from the village education level.
Okay.
So I was prepared for that. I did a lot of, initially I struggled a lot, but I kept pushing myself I kept asking about what needs to be done on the mathematics side, on the science aspect, like life science, physical science, and chemistry and all. Then I used to go to the school teachers to give me some time so that I can understand it on a much better way.
Mhm.
Because in boarding school, what happens is there is no facility of getting an additional tuitions.
No, you can't.
It's all about self-study.
Yeah.
So, but whenever I had some doubt, I used to reach out to the my school teachers, and all of them are quite always helpful for the boarding students who
Okay.
used to come to them. So all kind of support that was required at early stage, I got those support both from the school principal, the teachers, my fellow students, my colleagues. So support point of view, there's no never ever at my career I would not say that I never got the support.
Okay.
Support was always there for me.
All right. So what have you achieved with this support?
So whatever, so as I told you that I came from a small village. So
Yeah, I understand.
it's not easy to come to the mainstream of the city lifestyle.
Yeah.
And during that period, after the initial hiccups, I recovered myself. Then I went on to clear my class 10
Yeah.
with a first class marks. Then I
Okay.
shifted to then on the from the same school, I cleared my HS in accountancy.
Okay.
Then I got admission in St. Xavier's, which is one of the renowned colleges in India.
Mm-hmm.
And that is also, I feel very lucky to be get the admission in St. Xavier's.
Okay.
And post that, when I graduated from St. Xavier's, uh, even in St. Xavier's also, I got many support from the principal, the other faculty members in the colleges, my fellow colleagues, students. So that was a very massive opportunity for us as an individual to get the opportunity to study from St. Xavier's College.
Yes.
Where I learned a lot apart from studies, get more active involvement in terms of the sports, extracurricular activities, which has been very helpful post my journey in the corporate world.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when did you shift to Mumbai?
So I shifted in Mumbai in 2010 after my graduation.
Okay.
I came to Mumbai, then I started looking out for a job as a fresher because that
Yeah.
time I was fresher.
Yes.
And again, the shift from Calcutta to Mumbai is another thing because Calcutta being a traditional kind of an ecosystem, whereas Mumbai is a very fast moving city
Yeah.
where people only talk about work, work, and work. So the
Yeah.
hustle was always there. So I was ready for it. And before I came to Mumbai, there's a small story about it
Okay.
because I came to Mumbai with the help of my aunt, who
Okay.
actually runs an NGO in Mumbai for
Yeah.
the orphan children and the older age women in Mumbai. The ashram name is Sneha Sagar Society. So auntie, basically, her name is Sister Martha Mondal,
Yeah.
and she basically helped me to came to Mumbai, and then I got the basically a place to stay in Mumbai because a
Yeah.
city like Mumbai to find a place and stay is very difficult for a
Yeah.
outside.
Yes, I know.
Yeah, so that
Yeah.
is also one of the. Then I am very lucky that I got a place to stay in Mumbai.
Yeah.
Then I got into my first job with Datamatics.
Mm-hmm.
So that was basically a IT company,
Yeah.
and I started my journey as a executive into the KPO side.
Mm-hmm. What's KPO?
So it's a knowledge process outsourcing,
Okay.
and the client was from US, LexisNexis. So
Okay.
used to work for LexisNexis,
Yes.
all those legal documentation drafting and all. So that was quite a fabulous experience. I got to know the what all required for the further career upliftment going forward.
Okay, but your
So
degree was in BCom, right? So
yeah, BCom, but again, it was all about getting into the job mode because
okay.
I was not very choosy at the initial point of view because I knew that it will be very difficult to get a very crore profile job in finance
Okay.
because I was more interested into finance
Okay.
because being a fresh BCom graduate doesn't mean that I'll get straight into the finance domain, which is
Okay.
very difficult.
Okay.
So that was so I worked for data analytics for 1.5 years.
Yes.
Then I gave the CAT exam and other professional exam to get into the MBA colleges.
Yes.
So then I left my job in 2013. Then I started looking out for colleges where I can pursue my MBA.
Right.
So then I got the admission in basically in St. Francis Institute of Management and Research in Borivali, Mumbai,
Okay.
which is in the western suburbs.
Yes.
So there I started my MBA. Then in 2015, I completed my MBA in finance.
Okay.
And even during the MBA also, I was struggling with my physical aspect of my health.
Okay.
But I didn't lose hope because I had to fight it out with my stomach problem that was bothering me for the last 5 and 6 years.
Okay.
But I did many checkups, but it was nobody has been able to detect what is the exact problem.
Okay.
But despite the problem, and that time I was staying in a very uh, in a place called Naigaon, which is another 20-25 kilometers away from Mumbai,
Mm-hmm.
mainstream from Mumbai.
Mm-hmm.
And that time again I got lucky. I got the place to stay during my MBA because that time I was not earning any money
Yeah.
because I left my job. So
Yes.
with the support of my auntie and my family,
Yeah.
so I got lucky again because I'm not to spend anything on my staying and fooding
Yes.
expenses.
Okay.
So that time I used to stay in a old age home in Naigaon
Okay.
along with the old age, and that was a fabulous journey. I got to know another side of life,
Okay.
like how these people stay with so much difficulties and all.
Mm.
So after completion of my MBA, I joined Carvi Finance, which is a NB, which is an NBFC at that point of time,
Mm.
and I got the opportunity.
NBFC means non-bank finance company. Not
Yes,
everybody
yes,
knows what it is. So it's not
yes,
a
sir.
bank, but they are in finance, right?
Yeah, they are into finance.
And they make good money.
Yeah, they basically, so Carvi Finance was mostly into disbursement of loan against property, mortgage loans.
Okay.
So there I got the opportunity to work as a management trainee in the initial 6 months period,
Mm-hmm.
where my core profile was to get into the business mode and
Okay.
bring business the uh, for the loan against property. So
Okay.
that initial stages, I used to visit maximum industrial estate where so the job was mainly to interact with the MSMEs, which
Yes.
is the smaller segment of India and
Yeah.
which contribute heavily to India's GDP,
Yeah.
mostly up to 30%.
Yeah.
So it was a great experience for me to interact and get to know the what kind of business exists in India,
Okay.
whether it's a manufacturing, whether it's a service industry, or maybe it's a retail industry.
Okay.
So that was kind of a very handhold experience for me to get
Okay.
into the deep dive of MSME and
Okay.
understand their pain point.
Okay.
Because MSME is one sector where the financial inclusion has been not been that much what should have been.
All right. I
I
understand.
tried to get into the understanding mode and what is the real problem. So
Okay.
after the initial 6 months, then I shifted my career to credit and risk. I
Yeah.
got transferred to credit and risk department in Carvi Finance.
Yes.
So then I worked with Carvi Finance for 3.5 years in the mortgage loan segment. Then I changed my job in 2018.
Yeah.
Then I shifted my domain to completely into the fintech segment.
Okay.
And during my stint with Carvi, again I had a health issue, and I had to got operated for my stomach trouble. So
Okay.
finally, after 5.5 years struggle, finally the problem which was troubling me for the past 5.5 years got detected, and it was a kind of a lymphoma which I had to go through a completely uh, open surgery.
Okay.
Then it took me almost 6 months to recover completely.
Okay.
Yeah. So that time also my parents were, and my auntie was there with me to support that all was required from both medical and mental point of view, and
Mm-hmm.
also from the office colleagues and my boss
Yeah.
at that point of time.
Okay.
So that was one of the very low point of my career, where
Mm-hmm.
situation looked very glim.
Mm-hmm.
Like what should I do going forward in terms of future?
Mm-hmm.
So then I got completely recovered within a 6 months. Then that time that craze about fintech was going on.
Yeah.
Some shit has happened
Yeah.
post Mr. the demonetization and the digital aspect of India. That was the shift was going on at that point of time. Then apart from the bank and NBFC, the fintech came into the foray.
Yeah.
Then I was also very reluctant to join a fresh startup.
Yeah.
But later on, I saw the opportunity that why not try to explore something new.
Yeah.
Then I joined a small company called FT Cash.
Mm-hmm.
So it is also a fintech platform which used to disburse loan for MSME and smaller retailers.
Okay.
So I was responsible for setting up the entire loan process, the lab and all.
Yeah.
So I worked for FT Cash for 6 months. Then I left FT Cash. Then I joined Ziploan at a Delhi-based startup company. So I was the second employee for them in Mumbai.
Yeah.
Then I worked for them around 2.5 years.
Yeah.
Just after lockdown, then lockdown happened.
Yeah.
So that was a terrible experience for everyone across the world. So
Yes.
same is for me. So that was a struggle point again. Then I got married in 2020
Yeah.
January.
Yeah.
Then all of a sudden lockdown
Hey,
came.
wait. You
Yeah.
can't just dismiss it in one sentence. What
Yes, sir.
happened? Did your parents arrange it, or did you do it yourself?
No, it was arranged marriage.
Okay, fine. All right.
It was arranged marriage, and my wife also has a very small stint of education in US, Miami,
Okay.
where she has studied her aircraft dispatcher from Miami, and this small institute is there in Miami.
Okay.
So then we go. I came to Mumbai in January after
Yeah.
I got married.
Yes.
Then we went for a honeymoon in Dubai. Then we came back. We had a very great time at Dubai. So it was a very exciting time for both of us
Okay.
as a newly married couple.
Yes.
And since I was very excited, and as well as so it was a very new kind of a journey for me.
Yeah.
And then we came back to Mumbai. Then I started resuming my work with the company that I was working at that point of time.
Okay.
Then after 1.5 months, there's some COVID has going on across in China.
Yeah.
Then later February, all of the companies from India have given the employee to work from home.
Yes.
That we can't work from office anymore.
Right.
There's a guidelines from both state government and central government to let the employee work from home. So that was supposed kind of a shift, because we never thought of working from home in my entire life before COVID,
Yes.
because that was out of the proportion.
Yes.
Then all of a sudden the shift got into from work from home. Everybody was excited that finally we'll be working from home, and but we never knew what is coming ahead of us.
Right.
Then all of a sudden PM Modi declared lockdown, complete lockdown on March 23 or 24th maybe.
Yes.
Yeah. Then all of a sudden this another tragedy that happened with everyone who was working with corporates.
Yes.
So after a span of 15 minutes, there's a huge pay cut,
Yes.
almost as equivalent to 75%, or started with 25%. Then that got extended up to 50% for many of the companies.
Yes.
So that is applicable for us also. So that was a very struggling time, because I newly got married. Then all of a sudden pay cut happened. Then the survival was one of the concern for us,
Yes.
not for me, but for everyone,
Yes.
because there's a obligation all around. So frustration was increasing.
Yes.
So frustration got to another point when the April came in, because that was the time everybody expected an appraisal
Yes.
after all hard work they did for the entire year.
Yes.
But instead of getting into appraisal, everybody surprised to get a pay cut.
Yeah.
So that was a terrible time for everyone and for me as well. I will not lie, that was kind of a very mental kind of a pain for me,
Mm-hmm.
and where I have gone through a lot, both from family point of view and for personal point of view.
Mm-hmm.
Like I was a bit lost. What should I do next?
Mm.
And then again, As soon as the lockdown got a bit of relaxation from state government, the flight got resumed. Immediately I booked my ticket for myself, me and my brother, and I went back. We all went back home.
Yeah.
In my hometown.
Yeah.
Because that time the craze was that anybody coming from Mumbai to any state, like they are carrying COVID with them.
Yes.
So that was the mindset at that point of time.
Yes.
So whenever we tried to enter my hometown, so there's a very surprise that like people were not allowing us to enter home.
Okay.
That you brought COVID along with you from Mumbai.
Yes.
But we got tested and then we came to know that we don't have COVID and we are
Yes.
not a positive.
Yes.
Then we are there for quarantine for almost 14 days
Yes.
because personally and from as a whole family, we didn't want to bring any trouble for our neighbors.
Yes.
Unnecessary trouble. And we are ready to abide all those laws and local authority restriction. And then situation got a bit relaxation after May, from the mid-May. So
Okay.
that was one of the very challenging time for all of us and
Okay.
for me as well personally.
Okay.
So yeah, that was a very challenging time.
So you have survived so many challenges. What are you doing now?
So then in lockdown also, I got myself enrolled for a diploma course with IIM Kozhikode.
Yeah.
So I thought that I need a career shift right now itself. Because I think this is the time where, because I believe that the best investment you can do is to invest in yourself.
Okay.
Not only about investing money and stock and all, but if you spend some money on, spend some time on yourself, so that would be the best investment going forward.
Yeah.
Then I got myself enrolled for a diploma course with IIM Kozhikode, which is basically on financial modeling, valuation, and financial analysis.
Okay.
Then I started doing a lot of research about startup.
Yes.
And apart from doing my professional studies and all, I continued my professional career with the same company.
Yeah.
Then I met one very nice gentleman on LinkedIn.
Yeah.
Mr. Amrish Kalra, with whom I am currently working with.
Okay.
And that was the shift that has happened during the month of June in 2020.
Okay.
We got into a discussion like, so he is the founder of Truffle Money, which is currently the company I'm working on.
Yeah.
So we started this journey and he told me that I have a fintech and I want someone who would be helping me on the all around aspect of building credit product and all.
Yeah.
So that was the discussion that shaped us really, that was taken off really well. Then I left my job in 2021 June.
Yeah.
Then I completely shifted my focus to entrepreneurship journey along with Mr. Amrish Kalra.
Okay.
So to give a small brief about Amrish. Amrish is a very seasoned entrepreneur. He's based out in Delhi and he has a very 15 plus experience both from tech and product.
Mm-hmm.
And I have been gelling well with him personally, and that was a tremendous journey. And now Truffle Money is operational in Mumbai, Bangalore, and Delhi.
Okay.
And this is also a very tremendous and very exciting journey. Yes, challenges were there, but really it was exciting time for me as a person. I got to learn many things about startups, about fintechs, about the whole 360-degree angle of startups.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you're enjoying it now?
Absolutely. I'm enjoying to the fullest.
Okay.
Even
and
though
making
struggle
good
is
money. And making good money?
No, money is something we have not started making till now, but because startup is not a cool. Like everyone, if you talk about startup, everybody thinks startup is a cool, but I think startup is not a cool.
Mm-hmm.
You have to prepare yourself for the financial struggle, for the mental struggle, for the survival struggle, or this is all about startups. Startup is not about only making money.
Okay.
Money will, if you believe the process, everything will take place automatically.
Okay.
So if you at the start itself, if you focus on money, money will not follow you.
Okay.
That is
all
what
right.
I believe.
All right. Wonderful. And your wife supports you in this?
Absolutely. My wife, my in-laws, my parents, my auntie, everyone.
Okay.
So I'm very lucky on that front, sir.
Oh, you definitely are. Please, you are very, very lucky. No question. But you also work very hard. No question. You are surviving many challenges and so on. Okay, so you will continue this in the future. Is that the plan? Or you will?
Yes, yes. No, I'll continue with the current assignment with Truffle Money. And
Uh-huh.
also, I have started a small startup community called Startup Only Catalyst that I told during the
Yes,
initial phase of this conversation.
yes.
So my focus is to help those entrepreneurs
Uh-huh.
in rural aspect and both. So we want to bring something. So we are tying up with different universities in India,
Yeah.
and where we can reach out to the rural entrepreneurs to give them some mentorship option. And we are appointing different mentors, the industry expert from Startup Only Catalyst point of view. So through these mentors and industry expert, will be reaching out to help out those entrepreneurs. And we will be also coming up with our own events in Mumbai and different cities of India.
Okay. How many hours in a day do you have? You have more than 24 hours in a day? Or
Now we
you
have
have
24 hours only, but
that?
it's all up, yeah. But it's all about how you delegate your work.
Okay. So you are delegating your work, right?
So mostly I work for Startup Only Catalyst on Sunday, Saturday night,
Okay.
because that is where, and the full whole day I busy with the Truffle Money work, because Truffle Money is a operational heavy work.
Mm.
And, and I love meeting people. I have attended close to 250 plus conferences in the last 1.5 years.
My
So I
God.
have given that time
Actually,
to network with
honestly,
people.
you probably have a clone, right? Yes.
Sorry, sir.
You probably have a clone, a duplicate of yourself who's
No, no.
no, I'm
I have
joking.
I have
I'm,
networked with almost 2,000 odd industry experts, and
yeah,
I got to learn from them as well by
yeah.
attending conferences,
Okay.
because these are very diversified conferences, both from cybersecurity, fintech, banking, the blockchain, Web3 ecosystem, and all.
Okay, wonderful. All right, you have come to your present today. You have any final words for our viewers? Some for young people, old people, anyone, you have final words?
I think so I will say just one single line. I think whatever you do in your life, first you have to make sure that you enjoy that journey. Unless and until you are not enjoying that journey, that is not for you.
Okay, all right.
That is
That's
also
great.
one thing. And on the other hand part, you have to be disciplined, you have to be focused, and you have to struggle a lot, and but not to lose hope. Just
All right,
continue to.
all right.
So that
Okay,
that is the message from my
all
side.
right. Okay, let's say bye to our viewers. And next time I'll be back with another young Indian who is perhaps equally optimistic, facing challenges. It's great to hear these stories. So bye to everybody. Bye bye.
Bye everyone. It was my pleasure, and thank you, sir.